Hi, welcome to In the Loop. I'm your host, Sue Nelson, on location today at KTLA Studios. Today's topic, how to break into game shows. If you've ever wanted to write, produce, host, develop game shows, or maybe just be a contestant or a contestant coordinator, you've come to the right place. We'll be right back. Welcome back to In the Loop. I'm your host, Sue Nelson, on location at KTLA Studios. We're on our way to one of the hottest new dating game shows on TV. It's called BZZZ, and it's hosted by Annie Wood, and it's Ralph Edwards' Stu Billett production. That is so exciting. Ralph Edwards, the first game show host ever. He started This Is Your Life and then went on to produce Truth or Consequences. Stu Billett worked with Ralph Edwards to produce The People's Court for 12 years. So it's quite an honor to be going in here. So if you want to know anything about game shows, this is the place to find out. I've been standing in on BZZZ, so we're going to go meet some of the friends I've made, see all about stand-in work, and just have a great time. Come on, let's go.
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
I am here with George Nejame. He is the line producer on BZZZ.
Right.
Tell me, what does that mean? What is a line producer?
Well, actually, I'm like kind of the facilities manager and the line producer. Line producer handles everything below the line, budgetary, and all that kind of stuff.
So you're kind of the real boss.
Kinda. Kinda. Yeah, I have nothing to do with creative, though. Talent, writers, I don't touch.
So you hire the technical people, all of them?
Yes. And get the facility, get the space, get the equipment, all of that stuff.
Where do you go to find these people?
I've been working in the business for quite a long time. I've got a pretty good... what I get paid for is my organizer. I have a lot of people in my organizer on my Rolodex. I worked here. I worked at this lot, the Hollywood Center side, for 3 years as the unit manager. And I brought in some friends of mine that I'd worked with, and I also learned about a lot of guys that freelanced here. There's a lot of people in town. There's a lot of guys in town. There's a lot of... You can find them. It's very,
Now,
very
what
easy.
would you recommend, though, for, say, you know, my camera person right here? Now, what would... Or you know, somebody
First of all,
watching.
you have to keep the camera a little steadier than he's doing. No, lots of different things. You got... Camera guys usually come from utility. They come from sports. There's easy ways to break in. I worked AFI. I worked a lot of free days. I've told everybody if they want to do it, if they spend 368 days a year working on it, they'll do it. Yeah, it's not... I don't think it's that tough to break in. I think that if you get yourself a direction and be fairly specific, although I've never been specific, you'll get there.
All right, I am here with George Nejame's boss, Pat Davis, the man who gave George his first job.
Right.
So what do you do?
I run the studio.
You did the whole KTLA?
No, KTLA is the news and television broadcasting station. I run the facilities operation, which are all the sound stages on the lot.
Wow, so does that entail staffing as well?
Right. That's correct.
So now where do you get all of the staff?
Well, there's a freelance marketplace that we draw from that is a pool of freelance cameramen, tape operators, technical directors, lighting people, grips, and electricians that are in a pool that actually covers the entire city, that work at all the various different lots. And a lot of it is by word of mouth. People come in and start out with me. A lot of times it's lot labor, which is just pushing scenery around the stages, carrying water, doing all kinds of odd jobs. And then from there they branch out into an area that they might find that they're interested in, such as lighting or grip or the technical end.
Now, just let me ask you in a nutshell, to somebody aspiring to break into entertainment, what's sage advice that Pat Davis can give to them?
I think the only thing that I would say that would have any meaning to anybody is that you just have to stick to it. You cannot be deterred by the 100 no's that you're going to get. You just have to stay and stay and stay. And the people that actually make it in this industry are the people that have the guts to stay and keep knocking on the door. You can't stop. Just keep knocking on the door, no matter what. And I tell that to people. When you call me, I may not take your phone call, but you just keep calling anyway.
Yeah.
And eventually something will happen. It's luck and guts.
can I do for you now?
Well, okay, this is just terrific. I am being directed by the great director of BZZZ, Bob Loudon. The voice we keep hearing out there on stage has a body.
Yeah, honest as me.
So tell me, how did you become a director?
Well, I always wanted to do that. And so when I was working at KYW a long time ago in Philadelphia, I was a PA on a morning show, and I used to work with the director all the time and the producer because they didn't like each other a whole lot. And so I used to run between. And one morning the director didn't show up, and they said, well, could you just fill in? And I did. And then he didn't show up again, and they said, well, maybe you should learn how to do the noon news and the afternoon tape session and all that. And I did. And then I went away on vacation. I came back, and I got a call from the executive producer. He said, you know, we're making some changes, and we managed to save everybody here but one person. I thought, oh, I lost my job. He says, so you'll be taking over directing the show starting the 1st of January.
Is it mostly game shows that you like to work on, dating shows? What is your specialty?
What I do is live multi-camera kinds of shows. So I did the Mike Douglas show. I did Hollywood Squares. I did the
Hollywood Squares?
Hollywood Squares with John Davidson. And I did the home show at ABC Live for 3 years. And that's quite a kick. It's set in the network control room. And at 8 o'clock in the morning, we faded up and we did an hour live. The show had a life of its own.
Really? What do you do? I see all these buttons, these gadgets, everything going on here. What do you do?
Well, what my job is basically is to take the producer's vision, his idea. And this particular show, we ran run-throughs in the office, and it was a curtain with a light behind it and a little podium.
I was there.
You were there. You know how it went. Okay. And we did those, and so I had to. My job was to take that and bring it in here to the studio and work with the 4 camera guys and the audio people and the technical director and everybody and put it all together and make it happen in the studio and make it look like a show.
Tim the sound guy.
Uh-oh.
Now, we get to talk to you, mister.
What do you want to talk to me about? Can I put a microphone?
Yes. Well, can I wear 2 mics at one time? Has this become way too complicated?
No, we can put
Look
2
at
mics
how
on
many
you.
mics we've got. This could be a show just on microphones.
Here's another one. Now we have one.
Okay,
here.
where would we put that? On my... Tim's always touching me in funny places. That's the thing about the microphone man. I'm being violated. It's a good thing. Good thing this is public access.
She's falling apart.
So let's talk about this whole sound thing. How'd you become Tim the sound guy?
Well, how did I become Tim the sound guy? About 16 years ago, I got involved in this crazy industry, and ever since then,
Whoa,
I've been
hey, watch the skirt.
putting microphones on girls like you.
He hasn't even bought me dinner. I just want you all to know that. So talk to me. How did you break into it?
I just fell into it. I didn't really want to get into show business. I just ended up here. That's really how it happened.
You mic'd anybody famous?
A lot of famous people.
Besides me, I mean.
Besides you? Yeah.
Like name names, or can we not name names?
Oh, sure I could. People like Charlton Heston, Mary Maitland, Carol O'Connor, you know, just about everybody.
Are you established now? Do you have a set show schedule you work on all year long?
No, I just work on all different kinds of television shows right now.
A lot of game shows, or what kind of shows
Sometimes
mostly?
game shows, you know, talk shows.
Could Charlton Heston possibly have worn the microphone I'm wearing right now?
No.
Now, I gotta know, who's listening to the other end of this? Because you know me, I'm always saying silly
Jim Motz.
things.
You want to go say hi to Jim Motz?
Let's go say hi to Jim.
Hi to Jim.
Let's go say